to a disappointing team. Ethan, back
Uh,
at you.
I think it's a clear cut. Only really one team that you can pick for this. Patriots has to be. They looked absolutely god awful. 10 first downs the whole game, barely over 50 yards rushing, 3 turnovers. I think they gave up at least 2 defensive touchdowns / special teams.
Yep,
Look,
two.
just I've never seen a Belichick team that bad.
Worst loss of Belichick's career.
It's just the throw. Patriots were driving. I don't even know what quarter it was, but he just threw one right to the freaking guy on the right sideline.
Was it J-Ron Kearse?
I think so.
Right?
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Kearse interception.
Good Lord. We were eating out with Hannah's family, and I was just like, it's the one play I watched, but that's really all I needed to watch.
It was very nice to just have a nice, relaxing Sunday watching the Cowboys because it was over like that. Hunter Lipke got his first touchdown in the NFL, and it was nice to see the Cowboys bounce back after a very disappointing game against Arizona, and to kind of get on the right track because we talked about this being a must-win because this week they're going up to a nemesis and a team that's been a thorn in their side and ended their season the last 2 years, and they needed this one to kind of stay in the race because the Eagles are also undefeated to stay not in just the NFC number 1 seed race, also the NFC East race, and they did a good bounce back. But Grant, who is your disappointing team?
Well, Ethan covered the first half of this game from this past weekend. I'm going to take the other half in the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they're my disappointing team because I was bullish on them. I thought they'd be a playoff team this year. I thought the second year with Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, you draft Broderick Jones, you signed, is it Isaac Sayamala? I'm going to mess his name up, from the Eagles, to rebuild this offensive line. And so far in 3 games, or through 4 games, the Steelers offense looks lost. I mean, it looks like the professional version of the Iowa Hawkeyes out there. Same color scheme, just no offense. And
Pickett didn't.
Do you think Brian Ferentz has a burner account though?
Probably not. He probably doesn't even believe in social media.
No, but no, Pickett.
I wouldn't if I was Brian Ferentz.
No.
Have you ever searched his name on Twitter? Oh boy.
There's a lot of negative stuff there, but
I haven't seen negative things like him since I've searched Mitch Leidner's name on Twitter.
That's bad. It's not
Yikes.
good. But Kenny Pickett wasn't great last year, but holy hell has he regressed.
He has regressed. He has regressed bad. And Dylan, you mentioned Brian Ferentz, and people are chanting "Fire Ferentz" in the game on Saturday. Well, in Pittsburgh, they're going to start saying "Fire Matt Canada."
Oh, it has.
And that's
how the burner account is figured out.
It's only going to get worse. And you give up another 3 sacks on Sunday when you're the Steelers' offensive line. You let your quarterback get hit with leave that game with a bone bruise. Your leading receiver in that game is Najee Harris, 1 reception for 32 yards. As a team, listen to this, boys, on offense. The Steelers were 18 of 28 for 111 passing yards. Now that includes the losses on 3 sacks, but that's just unacceptable. And at what time does Mike Tomlin come in and say, "Hey, I'm a Super Bowl winning head coach, and this is unacceptable"? Because
there was talk too that Matt Canada was going to be fired either Monday or Tuesday, but I have not seen that happen yet. So it sounds like they're going to keep rolling him. And another example of there's nothing good that has Canada in it.
Absolutely. And it's just you kind of look at that game, and it almost felt like the Steelers maybe they got lost in the J.J. Watt week and they didn't show up, but to just drop a game like that, and when you have a top 10 defense the way that they do, you should never give up a 30-point performance like that where you're just flat and you're not there. Don't give me this nonsense that we played back-to-back weeks and we played on Sunday night. It's in the NFL. You have a great facility, first-class flights. You only had to go down to Houston 1 hour time difference. You had the fans there. Just a disappointing start to the Steelers season. And realistically, they probably should be 1-3. because they didn't deserve to win that Browns game. Steelers disappointing week in week 4.
Yep. I also had the Steelers down, but my disappointing team, and it's more so not the team, because I thought the team played very well. But would you have the nickname Riverboat Ron, and you're a gambler, and you score with no time left, your defense hasn't stopped anybody all day, and
Especially
then your
in the second half.
excuses that they were, especially in the second half, and your excuses that your offense was gassed. You don't go for 2 to win the game. Either way, who cares? It's one play. You're gonna win or you're gonna lose. And that offense was moving people down the field. Sam Howell, after an abysmal week 3, bounced back, played great, led them down that drive, kept them in the game. Eric Bieniemy, coordinator, hire of the year so far, playing very well, calling great games. And maybe this might be the time that gets him over that hump, gets him that head coaching job he's been looking for. And he might be able to stay in Washington, because your nickname Riverboat Ron needs to be stripped, because you're supposed to be a defensive guy. Your defense is terrible. And then you don't live up to the name where you need to go for 2. There was nothing, and I mean, I don't know if it's an analytics thing or what, but you have to look at the game as a whole perspective and say, our defense has not stopped anybody. If we can block and do our job for one more play, we're going to win this game. We're going to win 36-35, and we're going to come out of Philly, which is not an easy place to win, and come out with a win.
And with Bieniemy's pass, you're telling me he doesn't have 3 or 4 shovel passes lined up to get 2 yards on a 2-point play? I mean, you pull this guy from Kansas City for a reason, because he's been with Andy for all these years, and he knows what Philadelphia is going to run and why you should go for 2 there. So, yeah, I'm with you on that one, Dylan. It's just a bad week for Ron right there, and a horrible excuse at the end to say, oh, our defense was tired, blah, 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 blah. Our offense was tired, blah, 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 blah.
Can I stop for 1 second to do another crazy Twins fact that you guys probably will not believe? Today marked the first time the Twins won a clinching game of a playoff series at home since Game 7 of the 91 World Series.
I saw that like 5 minutes before I logged on.
Good Lord.
I mean, insert the Peter Griffin. Holy crap.
30, what would that be, 31 years? 32 years?
32 years, bro.
Yeah, 32.
Oh, my God. That's nuts. We literally weren't even born.
No.
Weren't even a thought.
Jeez.
No, we weren't even a thought yet.
That's brutal.
Wow.
Our
parents weren't even talking about having us as kids yet. That's how long it's been. I don't even know if my parents were talking about having kids yet in general. Not just, hey, let's go for this loser. Kids in general.
No, 1991. That was probably the last time my dad really, really cared about baseball. Well, that's how long ago that was.
Jesus.
My dad would have been 31 years old the last that happened.
Damn. That's nuts.
So.
Oh, but also to rehash my disappointing Steelers point, you know how many sacks they had on Sunday against C.J. Stroud? 0. You're paying T.J. Watt $1.75 million a game. You're paying Alex Highsmith all this money, and you get 0 sacks. You know, it might change if Houston had their 2 tackles back, but at that point, I still don't care. One of those 2's got to get to the quarterback and change the game.
And that's what even made the Texans even more impressive, playing without their 2 tackles.